One day, we decided. We are moving to Costa Blanca, Spain. We were drawn by the stories of friends who had spent lovely vacations in this land of sun. After a short research, it was already impossible to escape our excitement, so we had to take the leap of faith. We were so curious to see where this old civilization and widespread culture would surpass our expectations. When you leave your mind wander around within the boundaries of this big blue planet we all call home, you might feel a special kind of magnetism for one spot that you have never even been to. Sometimes you just click with a place and you're inevitably attracted to the notion of living there and melting with the local culture. Our imagination made our excitement grow day by day and overtook our normal necessity of planning everything. So next thing we know, we're in the airport, getting in our flight to España. Where to? Well, that was easy for us. We chose our destination in about 1 hour, after we've made the decision of relocating to Spain. We were especially drawn to Costa Blanca for its Mediterranean climate with its mild winters and also for the variety of rentals available online. We have so many things to talk about in regards to what living in Costa Blanca meant for us, and we're only going to scratch the surface with this first video. If you vibe with the idea of living in Spain, subscribe and follow our story. Costa Blanca, literally translated as White Coast, is one of the most beloved destinations for summer tourism in Spain, but there's so much more to it than what you get to discover as a tourist. It stretches for about 120 miles in southeastern Spain, bordered by the beautiful port town of Denia in the north and Pilar de la Horadada in the south. You might know more things about Valencia, which is a bit upper in the north, but still close to Costa Blanca Riviera. We already knew that Costa Blanca was a spot of natural beauty and has got that Mediterranean climate that we all crave for. But we had no idea how many other interesting things it would bring into our lives. From the first days, it felt we had made a good choice and that our souls would feel pampered here. We were super excited to go out and explore as much as possible. Although we knew this was just the beginning, it felt almost like we wanted to absorb everything on fast forward. We wandered around a lot and only stepped into the house for resting. We were both born with a natural curiosity and the need to go deeper into everything that is grabbing our attention. We always ask the local people what's the best thing to do around, and many of them pointed us into seeing the miradores around Javea. Of course, our knowledge of the Spanish language was zero, nada, inexistent. We did learn Spanish on the way, but that's going to be another story for another time. So, we rented a car and off we went to check out the miradores, which could be translated as viewpoints. This turned out to be a full day on a road trip with stopovers on the White Coast with scenic landscapes, or maybe I should say seascapes. For us, natural beauty has always topped man-made beauty, so going on this trip fitted like a glove. Seeing so many shades of green, accompanied by the marine blue and varied landscape, made us dream even more. We learned that the northern part of Costa Blanca is greener and nature is abundant and overwhelming. We heard Spanish all over the place and it couldn't thrill us more. The sound of this language has something very soothing about it. For me, it's like somebody's gently singing, whispering and dancing at the same time. It was already autumn and the sun was still friendly to us. Wow, that felt good. It was warming up the sand and it kept us cozy for much longer than what we were used to. We began broadening our exploration area, moving further and further away from our little rented house to uncover the beautiful coastal towns. Turned out that each place has a personality of its own and a different kind of charm altogether. We spent a weekend in Altea, on the wonderfully crafted streets of the old town, narrowed by the chic, well-maintained houses, and with some calming uptown sea views. This place feels like it belongs to a world of its own. We wanted to see more, we wanted to see everything, and we wanted to hear all the stories. It was like a crazy thirst for seeing and finding out more. So we went further. We visited Denia, the port city from where ferries leave for Palma and Ibiza, with the old castle that guards the whole town from up the hill, the appealing restaurants that brought the title of Creative City of Gastronomy, and altogether the vibration of a city full of life, even during winter. Denia is the town in Spain with the most fiestas, which means people have a lot more free days during the year than all of us. For us it was perfect. Next on our list was the impressive Benidorm, with its tall buildings and numerous tapas bars and casinos. This Manhattan of the Med is clearly a seafront magnet. The cultural mix transformed Beni into a busy and fun place to be, even when temperatures drop a bit. We knew instantly that Benidorm is a bit too much for us. So, trying to escape the crowds, we discovered Jalon Valley, with rich vineyards, the specific Pelin bitter wine, and the whole romance that surrounds it, including a lovely weekly flea market. Our journey took us to Javea, a small town at the foot of Montgo Mountain, with beautiful beaches, stylish beach bars or chiringuitos surrounded by green hilltops. Here, hundreds of villas popped out like mushrooms after rain, creating a nice, clean and airy place to live in. It is quite a task to find a house here that doesn't have a sea view. Winter was knocking at the door, and nature seemed not to care about that, as it was not taking a step back. Flowers, orange and lemon trees, birds singing, people enjoying the sun, and weeks in a row without a drop of rain. All these created the perfect place to be for us. It's like everything works together as to make you want to spend much more time outdoors, exploring or trying the dozens varieties of paella, arroz a banda, fideuà, and tapas accompanying each and every beer. And, by the way, paella has its origins in the south of Valencia. This region was appropriate for rice crops, so they invented paella, which we all love so much. By asking the locals, you can find out many interesting facts about it. In fact, we learned how to cook it from a Valencian family, so we will make a video to share what we've learned. 1. Can't talk about Costa Blanca without mentioning the fish and seafood. Almost all the coastal towns have their own fishing fleet. The daily capture goes to the local supermarkets as well as to the port fish store, where it's guaranteed you're only buying the freshest seafood and fish. We were fascinated by the possibility of eating so many varieties of fresh marine food. It was also kind of cheap, so we could afford to satisfy even some special cravings from time to time. We started cooking like crazy at home because of the fresh produce and great variety of the local markets. On top of all that, the local people were kind, friendly and relaxed human beings. We didn't meet too many English speakers among them, so we tried to catch some Spanish words. After getting the hang of it, we started having a deeper understanding of some local customs and traditions, such as the siesta. We have finally understood that integrating the Spanish siesta in our daily schedule was unavoidable. What else to do when everything's closed, there's nobody on the streets, you follow their lifestyle. In the end, that's what you wished for in the first place when moving here, right? Okay, there are many things I wish to talk about. The carnivals, the color of the sky, which is the bluest I've ever seen, the insane sunsets with almost unreal colors, the tapas bar, and so many other things. Okay, I'm gonna have to stop now and have a beer. I'll see you in the next video. Stick around. Cheers! Salud!